This week on Hoosier News Source, protesters gather in front of the Sample Gates in honor of the 15-year-old Andre Green.
And armed police officers are living in residence halls. Hoosier News Source starts now.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Hoosier News Source. I'm Elizabeth Pace.
And I'm Meredith Seaman. Students Against State Violence took over Kirkwood Avenue once again this past Friday. A demonstration was held for 15-year-old Andre Green, an African-American teenager shot and killed by police in early August. Green was a suspect in a carjacking, and police say he accelerated the car at them. That's when they opened fire. No video has been released of the exact moment the shots were fired, and the protesters questioned the validity of the police's story. Some protesters this past Friday were carrying hockey sticks and batted at cars that attempted to drive through the demonstration. And separately, another group of protesters at IU wouldn't take no for an answer, protesting right into President McRobbie's office. An organization called Reinvest IU organized the walk on McRobbie's office to encourage the IU Foundation to stop investing in fossil fuels. Though McRobbie was unavailable at the time, the group of around 50 people decided to read a letter aloud that was then meant for the president. Students hope the university will seek out more eco-friendly options for fueling the campus.
The roles have been reversed on the professors, and now we're grading you. President Obama recently announced a new college scorecard to help students find schools that offer the best bang for your buck. This system gathers individual input and school records to see how much their graduates earn after school and how much debt they have leaving campus. A vast majority of U.S. colleges and universities prohibit guns on campus to promote a safer learning environment for students. See what IUPD is continuing to do to improve campus safety.
Campus safety is a concern for many students.
I know that if I need anything or feel like I'm in a dangerous situation, I can just call IUPD.
And IUPD is there to help students at all hours of the day and night.
You're not here to get them in trouble, but somebody to interact with, come to if they need help. How's it going?
Thomas Kruzman is an undergraduate student at IU studying criminal justice and psychology. One step IUPD is taking towards a safer campus is having undergraduate student officers patrol outside as well as inside the dorms.
I'm also on a foot patrol, so I'll usually walk laps around the dorms, even go inside the dorms, talk to people, socialize, and just be there if anybody needs any help, that sort of thing. Hi, how are you doing? Good.
Although all student officers meet the standards set by the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy Training Board to carry a gun, some students are still concerned on the safety of these indoor patrols.
I don't believe they should be armed, definitely not in the dorms too, just because if anything else happens, if someone tries to take the gun from them, it could escalate into something huge, so I don't think they should be armed.
Neil Headland, Hoosier News Source.
Bye.
For more information on gun safety on college campuses, visit armedcampuses.org. You know, Meredith, I didn't realize they brought their weapons home with them.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if as a freshman in my freshman dorm, if I would have felt entirely comfortable with someone having a gun on my floor, just because you never know who can get a hold of it and in what situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, coming up, a rise in car thefts has students on edge.
And the legendary Tony Bennett graced our campus over the weekend. Stay with us.
It's an honor to be here.
After suffering a season-ending injury in late March,
As you can see behind me,
Welcome back. A recent press release from the Bloomington Police Department documents the rise in car theft since the return of students to campus. I spoke with BPD to dive further into this increase of crimes and get some prevention tips to reduce your risk of becoming a victim. Take a look.
It was a feeling of lack of trust from the community and just a lot of anger, but also just a paranoia, the fact that someone went into your property and went through your things while you were sleeping.
Like several other IU students who bring their cars to campus, John Vinenberg fell victim to a car theft one early Tuesday morning.
I had a nice pair of sunglasses and a GPS. There's really not much in the car at all, but except for those two things, so it ended up being about $400 worth of stuff stolen out of it.
With more students coming back to campus, there has been a spike in thefts in Bloomington, Indiana. The Bloomington Police Department sent out a news release warning car owners of the influx of crime. The report shows that the week students returned to IU, car thefts increased by 57%, making it 1/3 of all crimes reported in this area. The Bloomington Police Department says that the majority of the recent car thefts have been on the south side of campus, mainly between South Washington Street and South Valentine Road, as you can see behind me. So, do the returning students and their cars provide a larger opportunity for car thefts in Bloomington, or are the students the thieves themselves?
Many times it's a crime of opportunity, and because there is such a return, a large influx of students at that time of year, they have a lot of other things on their minds, such as getting established in their housing, getting those final registration information for classes, getting, just anything but basic security measures. So I think people take the opportunity to seize on that and take advantage of the students.
The Bloomington Police Department encourages everyone to practice crime prevention. One important step that's often overlooked is reporting the crime to 911.
Through our crime analysis efforts, which comes from reports made to the department, we are able to determine when is it most likely that those events will take place, such as a day of the week, and on that particular day of the week, what time of the night or the early morning, and what's the method of entry.
So by giving a report, you can add to the overall search of the common car thefts in this region that will help police narrow down their searches to find the culprit. And remember, the top tips BPD gave to minimize the risk of your car being broken into is remember to not leave anything of value visible in the car. But if you must leave something in your car, remember to leave it in the trunk. Also, lock your vehicle at all times. And then lastly, park your car in a lit area or in a garage if you have one. If your car gets broken into, remember to call 911 and report the crime. Civil rights icon Congressman John Lewis came to campus on Monday in a presentation called The Power of Words. Joined by his two co-authors, the trio spoke about their graphic novel, March. The series highlights Lewis's lifelong civil rights work. The Power of Words was put on Monroe County Public Library, the Friends of the Library, and the Union Board.
IU hosted a legend on Sunday night when Tony Bennett performed at the IU Auditorium. Fans flocked to the auditorium for the chance to see the 89-year-old music icon. Bennett treated the audience to some of his own hit music as well as covers of other classic jazz songs.
I won't say I'm a big fan, but I really appreciate the way he's kept the music going and brought it into, this century.
Tony Bennett will continue his tour that will take him throughout the U.S. and Canada. Thousands of fans gathered at Memorial Stadium for the Indiana University Football 2015 home opener. Along with kicking off a new season, IU Athletics piloted a new program under their Greening Cream and Crimson initiative. HNS reporter Olivia DeWeese has more.
The Greening Cream and Crimson initiative began in 2011 by the IU Athletics Department. Since its founding, the initiative has grown each year by adding new projects, such as game day recycling, water filling stations, launching a student-run green organization, bike racks, and shoe drives. This year, they are taking it to a new level by adding a composting program, meaning Indiana Memorial Stadium is now home to zero-waste football games.
We want to get down in the stadium and move it from our stadium, from Memorial Stadium to Bart Kaufman Field and to Assembly Hall, and do it across campus so when a fan goes to a game, they know what to do.
The composting program eliminates the waste products that were not covered in the recycling program, including food waste, paper napkins, and large cardboard food and drink trays. Fans can participate in the program by visiting zero waste stations that are placed around the concourse at Memorial Stadium. Each of these stations contains 3 types of bins and is managed by a zero waste educator to ensure fans fully understand where their waste should be placed.
And I've interacted with about maybe 70 people directly, and I've seen thousands. So.
Green and Cream and Crimson partnered with Bloomington-based companies, JB Salvage and Green Earth Compost and Recycling, to assist with the ending compost process.
After the thousands of fans clear out of Memorial Stadium, staff then takes the compost to a new compost roll-off bin located on the north end of the stadium. Then JB Salvage will haul away the material and Green Earth will turn it into compost for a local Bloomington garden.
For Hoosier News Source, I'm Olivia DeWeese.
During the first home game, Green, Cream, and Crimson collected 650 pounds of compostables and 1.91 tons of recycling. If you are interested in volunteering as a zero waste educator, tailgate ambassador, or green greeter, visit the Greening, Cream, and Crimson Facebook page. What a mouthful. Well, that's all we have for you this week. For more campus and local news, check out our website, iustv.com.
And find us on social media, like us on Facebook at IUSTV News, and follow us on Twitter at Hoosier NW Source.
From all of us here at IUSTV, thanks for watching and have a great week. Chair.